What's up guys, Rui here. Welcome to the final video for 2020, and to kind of wrap this year up, I thought it would be a really great idea to look back at all of the pieces that I've bought this year and kind of reflect and revisit each piece to see how it's potentially held up, and also to give my second thought and opinions on them now that the initial honeymoon phase of owning a new piece have worn out. The purpose of this video is not to flex or anything like that. In fact, I really do think that all the pieces that I'm going to be shown here are nothing special or hyped about. They're just pieces that I liked and felt that they would fit really well into my personal style. By doing this video, I am also able to look back at all the things that I have bought this year, because I am learning and practicing to minimize my consumption when it comes to fashion, but there will be times where I think I still do impulse buy, either due to potential hypeness behind the drop or just wasn't mindful enough with the things that I pick up. This video will hopefully help me to be more aware with my purchase decisions and improve the way I consume fashion in the future. Hopefully this also is able to show you a much more realistic progression when it comes to building a wardrobe, as I do believe that when it comes to building a wardrobe, it's a much slower process that doesn't just happen overnight unless you just have tons and tons of money to burn. If you guys are interested in a more in-depth review on each of these pieces, I will be leaving links to them down in the description box below. In no particular order, let's start off with the first piece, or rather pieces, which is the Uniqlo U Airism oversized tee. Now, I've been wearing them so much ever since I got them sometime back in August. Overall, I really do love them a lot. I think the fit and how the piece sits on me is something I've been looking for in a t-shirt, as it has a pretty boxy and oversized silhouette. When it comes to the Airism fabric technology, it is seriously one of the best fabric materials out there to be worn during hot days, which is perfect for me as I do live in a climate condition that's basically summer all year round, and it does get pretty hot during the day. Looking at the condition of the pieces, I would say for the most part it is still in very good condition. There are no signs of wear and tear. However, I think this is a problem with the Airism line in general, which is the pretty prominent bacon color after the t-shirt goes through a couple of washes. Now bear in mind, I'm the type of person who doesn't really regularly wash his t-shirts that often unless it gets stained or it's been worn a couple of times. That's because the more a piece is being washed, the faster the wear and tear process happens naturally. In addition to that, I always put them inside a washing bag before I throw them into the washer to try to preserve them for as long as possible so that I don't need to constantly buy new ones. However, even after taking some of these precaution methods, the color of the t-shirt still appears to have a slight bacon color effect. So maybe it's just me that's having these problems with the color of the t-shirt. So for any one of you guys out there who do own an Airism t-shirt, do let me know how you guys take care of them, as I'm really very much interested to know, because I feel like if there is a solution towards this bacon color effect, then this will hands down be my favorite t-shirt. But until then, I think I'm going to stay away from Airism t-shirts in general for a while now, until I can find a proper solution towards this problem. A couple of other pieces that I did pick up end of this year from Uniqlo as well are the oversized long sleeve shirts from the Plus J collection, which is a collaboration line between Uniqlo and Jill Sanders. I'm gonna be super honest here and say that after the review video, it's just been sitting in my wardrobe and I kinda expected it. That's because the main intention I even got them in the first place was because I don't own any button-down shirts that can be worn for a more formal occasion, and I kind of wanted something that's a little bit more different compared to a regular long sleeve shirt. With the whole current pandemic situation going on right now, whereby events are cancelled and lockdowns are happening, there really is not much opportunity to wear them, even though I did kind of put together a couple of casual outfits utilizing it. Still, overall, I am really happy with this purchase, and I think if you can get it for retail price, it is really insane for what you're getting for in terms of construction and quality for the price that you are paying. Hopefully next year I will have more opportunities to wear them out. Moving along to the smallest item that I picked up this year, but also the most important one considering the current situation, which is the Orbit Gear W210A face shield. For an item that undergoes heavy usage, I think it's a really good idea to kind of look at how it's held up until now. For the most part, the construction of it is really solid, even after being washed every time I do use it. It does show signs of aging, but it is to be expected from something that undergoes a lot of usage and wash cycle. I do hand wash them, so it is something to take note on as well. One of the most obvious aging parts of this mask is actually the elastic strap. As you can see, mine is pretty much coiled up, but it doesn't really affect the elasticity or usage of the mask. It still can be worn properly with the proper adjustments, just that it doesn't look that visually appealing. Now, I am aware that there are a huge number of people who do find the mask to be completely unbreathable in, and I do get where you're coming from, because if you have the mask to be completely tightened up and sealed, it is basically impossible to breathe in because the fabric material is not the very breathable type, as it has so many different layers and also it's water resistant. However, the way I use it is to have the mask to be tight enough, but also leaving a little bit of air passage to allow air to flow in around the cheek and chin area. While this is still slightly less breathable compared to your disposable surgical face mask, it doesn't suffocate me or anything like that. At the end of the day, a face mask is something that is very personal, so make sure you guys are comfortable with what you are wearing, especially when we're talking about something that could potentially protect you from potential harm. So please do not put coolness or aesthetic as the main priority. I am comfortable enough to be wearing it, hence I do wear it, and if you're not comfortable with it, please do not buy it just because it fits that tech wear ninja aesthetic. For those wondering about the additional strap that you can get along the mask, it really does depend on how often you find yourself taking off and putting the mask back on. While you can use it as another method for wearing the mask, most oftentimes I just found myself using it as more of a neck strap for my mask, so that when I'm out eating, the mask doesn't have to be in much contact with other surfaces. If I'm out for short errands and commute, I don't even utilize the strap, as I basically have my face mask on at all times, and I find that using the elastic strap works totally fine for me. In my opinion, I think it is more worth it for you to get 2 face masks instead of 1 face mask and the strap. Another piece that I have been using a lot this year, ever since I got it, is the Drip SVRKT S01 side bag. This is a gifted piece from the people at Drip, so thank you so incredibly much for it, because I really do enjoy using it. I've mostly utilized it as an accessory item to give what would be a rather plain outfit a little more detail towards it, and so far it's able to carry all my everyday carry items with ease. One aspect that I do find myself utilizing quite frequently is actually the side access, as it does feel more convenient compared to the top compartment, which makes accessing things more quickly. I did receive a couple of messages from you guys asking if this piece will be restocked, and to my knowledge, there is apparently going to be an updated version that will be released in the near future. So make sure you guys are following them on Instagram to be updated. Up next is the Goopy Made Jinbei jacket. As a piece on its own, it is incredibly beautiful, and I think the execution on it is done really well, because when it comes to utilitarian inspired garments, I've mentioned this a lot in the past, it can be overly done and looks incredibly tacky, but I think this one is kind of done in a very tasteful manner, and I just love the incorporation of kind of adding utilitarian elements into a traditional silhouette. However, thinking back right now, I think this is one of the pieces that I bought pretty impulsively, as I've not worn this piece as much as I thought that I would. It's not to say that it doesn't suit my personal style or I just don't like it, but it's more towards I don't really have much pieces that complements this jacket the way I want to style it. I have mentioned in the full review that for me, Goopy Made pieces have their own unique look, as they go for a very wide and oversized silhouette. Hence, I think you really need to have pieces that will complement the look of the brand. If not, the proportions of the outfit will look too unbalanced in my opinion. All in all, I don't regret getting this piece because it is still a very beautiful piece at the end of the day. However, what I could have done better here is actually to kind of invest into pieces that will help me to build a better and stronger foundation, as I'm still in the midst of kind of rebuilding my wardrobe. However, in the future, I am planning to get a couple more pieces made by Goopy Made, so hopefully by then I will be able to utilize this piece more into my everyday wear. For the year 2020, one brand that really did stood out to me was Idol. If you have been following me for a while now, then this brand is a pretty common household name within the channel. Ever since I kind of moved away from skinny jeans, I would say the large portion of the time, if you do see me, I am probably wearing a pair of pants coming from them. I bought both the plebeian cargo pants as well as the capacity crop pants around the same time, and I have been wearing them so much since. As for the Wonder knee length pants, that was a gifted piece that I received pretty recently, so they are fairly new. What I really like about their pants is just how minimal looking they are, but at the same time still maintaining some sort of functionality such as mobility and storage capacity. This makes them really easy to be paired with other pieces in my wardrobe, and also because of how simple it looks, they are great foundation pieces to build a wardrobe for me, as aesthetically they work really well with tech wear outfits and also more casual fits. There really isn't much changes in my opinion from the day I got them. I still really do like them a lot, and they are still in very good condition despite me wearing them a ton. I hope they are able to hold up for the next couple of years and I can continue to wear them. Finally, I saved my favorite pickup for the last, which is the Nike Lab ACG SS16 packable jacket. This is truly the best pickup for me this year, and it will definitely be among the pieces that I will probably never get rid of. As a huge fan of tech wear, owning something from Acronym is one of my ultimate goals, but unfortunately it is completely out of my price range at the moment. Hence, that is why I'm so glad I managed to get my hands on this piece, as it was designed by Erson Hugh during his time as lead designer for the Nike Lab ACG subdivision. In addition to that, it is also my first Gore-Tex piece, and I can't wait to truly utilize this piece as my go-to jacket. As we move to next year, I really do hope I'm able to wear this piece more often. And that is everything that I did pick up for this year, and moving on towards next year, I'm hoping to be even more mindful with the things that I do add into my wardrobe, and I actually have a challenge for myself next year, which I'll talk more about it in the next upcoming video. Closing up, it's pretty insane to look back at this year with everything that has been going on. It's not been a great year for many, and to those that were affected by it, I really do hope that things will get better next year. For me, looking back at this year, although there were a lot of times where it was pretty rough, I think I still would consider myself to be very fortunate to be able to do what I am doing right now, which is basically full-time content creation and just making videos that I want to do, as well as talking about stuff that I do enjoy. Not many people can take this kind of risk, and I am truly aware of how fortunate I am to be in this position. That is why I want to take this time and opportunity to say a massive thank you to everyone that subscribed to this channel or has ever clicked onto any of the videos that I do put out. Whether you like it or hate it, thank you so incredibly much for giving me the opportunity to show you guys what I can offer in terms of content wise, and hopefully you kind of did get something out of it, whether it be knowledge or just entertainment value. And to those that went the extra mile in supporting the channel either through Patreon donations or Twitch donations, no amount of thank you can be said enough, and I really do hope that in the very near future to come, I am able to kind of give back to you guys in a way that is more than just a thank you note. I also can't forget to give a massive shout out and thank you to the translation team over at Tokyo Nightmares for being interested in the videos that I do make and basically helping to translate and introducing it to a whole new community. Also, to everyone that watched it from Bilibili, thank you so incredibly much for supporting the channel, and I hope I'll be able to continue to see you all next year. There are definitely going to be new plans and ideas to hopefully bring this channel up to the next level. So make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel to be notified when new video comes out. Also, if you guys want to follow me on other social media platforms, all of them can be found down below. That is all I have for this year. Happy New Year, have a good one, stay safe, and I'll see you all in 2021. Peace out.